Welcome back, everybody. So a new book is out celebrating each child's uniqueness and Black History Month. It's called I Am a Gift, and it was written by local author and Fort Saskatchewan City Councillor Ajibola Abitoye. Did I say your name correctly? I want to make sure.
Absolutely did.
Excellent.
Yes,
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Being a leader in the community, how did that inspire this book?
That's a really good question. You know, like the best stories are really heard in the most awkward places, like, for example, the back of a car seat or at the dinner table. So this book was inspired by my daughter. And it was inspired by her because she came home one day and said, "Mom, why is my skin black? Or why is my hair black?" And I was like, oh, well, there goes my crash course on science and melanin, right? But it made me think even deeper. I'm like, actually, this is not just a question about color, but it's about identity, you know? And so instead of answer her question, I wrote her a book. And I wrote a book not just for her, but for all kids who have questions about their self-worth. You know, it's a book that helps kids, you know, figure out their identity, you know, because we're all unique and we all have values, you know. And so how did this inspire me? As a city councilor and as an entrepreneur and advocate, you know, I have the first row seats in seeing how, you know, when people feel like they belong, they thrive, you know. So I think it's important for kids to give them that opportunity to see that, look, I'm okay the way I am. I don't have to explain who I am. You know, the way I am shouldn't be explained the way it should be celebrated. You know, so that's how that's where that story came from. It came from my daughter and just, you know, being a leader in the community and saying that it's important for us to be able to, you know, help our kids develop self-confidence and self-worth.
Well, flipping through the book, there's also some interactive activities they can do. You are featured in this book with your family,
Yes.
of course, with your daughter being on the cover here. How do you feel like this would inspire children?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you, Kim. Well, so the woman in that book doesn't really look like me, FYI. But it's somewhat. But, you know, I didn't want this to just be about a book. I want it to be much more than a book. So what we've done is we've also included a lesson plan, an educational guide, and worksheets. Because, I mean, who doesn't love worksheets, right? And so it will help kids, because kids ask so many questions. I'm sure you can relate with, you know, kids.
For sure.
They ask a lot of questions. But it helps teachers and parents and caregivers get even deeper into that conversation with your kids about, okay, why am I the way I am? What are my values? What are the things that are important to me? You know, how do I show up in places? What do I value who I am? Do I change myself when I go out into other places? Am I the same person? Do I appreciate who I am? You know, so I think the guide really helps, you know, it helps have those powerful learning experiences for kids. So I think it's really, really powerful because it doesn't just have worksheet. It also has like coding stuff, like things about coding and stuff like that. So it's really fun, basically, yes.
Fantastic. We've run out of time here, but we have about 30 seconds left. How are you getting this book into libraries and schools?
Okay, so we do have corporate sponsorships. I would say like it's a mix of determination, community support, and a little bit of coffee. But but we do have corporate sponsorship and community organizations. And so many organizations have come on board. We have like different hierarchy that people can come in to promote. And our website is iamagift.ca. So you can sponsor a few books. We've had people sponsor from 12 books to 300 books, right? And so depending on how much they get, you know, we can get, there's just a lot of perks that comes with it. And so reach out if you're interested in being a part of it. I think this could really go really far. 15,000 copies, yes, that's our goal.
For sure. Counselor, thank you so much for coming in and congratulations on this wonderful book.
Thank you very much.
To check it more about this book and the author herself, you can go to iamagift.ca.